Hi everyone, it's Cal from Cal's Craft. Welcome if you've not been before, and hi if you're back again. Thank you for returning, it's much appreciated. This is my whip and chat on. I seem to be doing them on a Saturday now, so it seems to be easy, so I can tell you if anything's gone on in the week, because with lockdown we ain't going far and doing far. Excuse the noise, I'm disclaiming now, you will hear the dog barking. Can you hear her? She's trying to get her dad to play with the ball. The kids are all upstairs. Millie, I think, is doing homework, believe it or not, on a Saturday. Jess is online with her friend, and Joshua, believe it or not, teenager, well, 18, sleeping. So yeah, so you will hear lots of noises. So how's everybody's week going? God, I can't believe how quick this week's gone. It's just flown by. Seems 1 minute we were here talking on my last whip and chat. Now we're back here again. It's unreal how quick it comes round. I just can't believe it. So I was going to say, what have you been up to? Have you been out in your gardens? Have you had gorgeous weather like we have in Britain? We've got to say we're really lucky at the moment, as the weather is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if I'd be so, not upbeat, but you know, happy enough if it was peeing down with rain like it was with them storms. I think that could have been quite depressing, but seeing the sun and having the windows open, and we are lucky, we have got a tiny garden, but we can sit out in it, which we all did yesterday, well, apart from Joshua. So we took the dog's big basket out, and Millie was sat in that. She said it was comfy. So as soon as she got out of that, the dog jumped back in, as if to say, that's my bloody bed. And then as soon as the dog jumped out, Millie got back in it, because she said it was dead comfy. But yeah, it was quite nice. So I might go out to the garden again this afternoon. But we are thinking that we're going to go on holiday. Yeah, believe it or not, in lockdown you can go on holiday. We're going to go, wait for it, I don't know if you've heard of this place. It's really, really nice. Costa Lagarden. Beautiful, beautiful place. It's fully inclusive, all meals included. Yeah. Apparently they've got their own chef called Caroline. Apparently she's very good. So she's going to be doing the cooking, and Chef Grant occasionally does the cooking, but it's all inclusive. A free bar. That was very important. We need the free bar. From our room, we've got garden views. What more? Not sea this time, but that's fine. We've got a swimming pool, courtesy of the washing up bowl, so we can go paddling if we wish to. So yeah, I can't wait. I said to Grant, we'll pack this afternoon, well, after I finish this, and we'll toddle off to Costa La back garden. So if anybody wants to get in contact with me and I'm a bit slow, you know, that's where I am. I did think of going to Costa La Kitchen, but I've been to Costa La Kitchen a hell of a lot. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah. Seems to be more women seem to go to Costa La Kitchen than men. I don't know why that is, but... Oh, you got to excuse my stupidness. I'm sure this is getting to me. I don't know what, I was thinking of places to go on holiday in bed the other night, and I was going, all I'm going to do is Costa La Kitchen, Costa La front room, Costa La bedroom. Oh, you've got to have a laugh, haven't you? You've got to laugh about it, because you'd end up crying. So when I was telling Grass, he said, oh God, he said, you bloody cuckoo, are you going? I said, oh, you've got to have a giggle. I said, yeah, I've got to have a giggle with yourself. But yeah, so that's my plans for this week. But I haven't got a housemaid. You have to do your own cleaning. That was the only drawback, which is a bit of a shitter, and your own laundry. But hey ho, you know, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. Just come back from... Where did we just come? Tesco's. We did go to Bargain Buys very, very briefly, because we needed our yard broom broken half yesterday. And I mean broken half into, well, more than half. Into bits, basically. Good for nothing. So I quickly went in there I've got a yard, but in the brilliant room because it's a bit too big. It's yeah. So Grant's going to cut it down. It was only $5.99. It's only a cheapy thing. So he said, "Can I cut it down?" I said, "Yeah, for $5.99. Go for it." So I think he's going to cut that down so he can sweep the decking out there. And then we went to Tesco's. Well, Grant went to get some money for shopping this morning about 7:30, 7:45, and he said they were queuing at Tesco's. You know the cover that walks through the car park, the walkways, they're undercover. Well, they've got that taped off with your 2-meter tape, and that's where you queue down there. And he said they were right from one end right down the car park to near enough the entrance. So I thought, oh God, it's going to be busy. So me and Millie about 10:15 said, "Come, right, let's just go, get it done, dusted." So we went into bargain buy, so straight in there, straight out, no problem. Got to Tesco's, there was 5 people in front of us, if that. So we got in really within minutes. And then as we were walking out, we were looking out the window, and by God, we must have just picked a quiet time. Down 5 or 10 minutes that, you know, it was just, because then we looked out and they were queuing back down towards the entrance again. And when we came out, because it takes you ages to shop now because it's all one-way system, which is fine. And the staff are there, they're really good, because if you've got some slowbo, you know, you don't want anything, you're one thing down an aisle and you've got somebody that's stopping in front of you looking at every bloody item, and then they're not just looking at it, they're reading the ingredients. And then they put that one down, and then they pick another one up, and then they're looking at the ingredients on that one, and you're there tutting, and they've got their trolley in the middle of the aisle, so you can't go past them. And you're like, but no, staff are straight on it now and ask them to move their trolleys to the side so people can go past if they want to. So that was quite good today. So they seem to have got quite efficient in the last week with it all. So and me and Millie had wrote a list. Yeah, I'm getting quite impressed with myself. We wrote a list of it, but as in aisles, what we wanted from each aisle as we go round. So as we hit each aisle, we knew exactly what we wanted. So she would grab it if it was high or a low thing, because I can't reach up or get down. And then I'd get the stuff that's in the middle. And we were round, boy, and out. But I got most things. The only thing I can't get hold of is strong flour. And I've always liked to make my own bread if I can. And my bread, and you know, I've started now to make bread rolls. I'd only just started before all this hit, having a go, but I really like making my own bread and own bread rolls. I find it quite therapeutic. Bash hell out of it. So if you're pissed off with anybody, you can imagine their faces on the bread and just go for it. It's brilliant. Real good de-stressor. But no flour anywhere whatsoever. And then, what was it the other day we wanted? Oh, we wanted some yeast, because I'd run out of yeast, and that on the shelf. And then Millie pipes up, there's this coconut stuff. I don't know what it is, but it's been on the shelf. It's the only thing in the whole baking flour section that's been left on there, is this coconut stuff. Don't know what it is. And because Millie's a lot taller than me, she went, "I'm sure there's something stuck at the back of that box." I said, "I don't know." She said, "I'm going to have a look." So up she climbs, foot on the rack, and she don't care. Up she looks. Only a pack of yeast, wasn't it? Good girl. So then we went to get some peanut butter for Josh. He likes the smooth, but he only likes the cheap version because he finds it that, and I must admit, I've got to agree with him. I tasted it. The expensive one, the peanut butter always tastes as if you've got stale nuts in it. But the cheap one tastes really nice. You haven't got as many crunchy bits, but enough for him to put it on his toast or his cracker or whatever. Well, they didn't have any, did they? And Millie said, "Oh," she said, "wonder if there's any falling on the floor or, at the back of the shelf," because it's right on the bottom shelf. Down on her knees she's getting, looking. She said, "Oh my God, Mum, there's some that's fallen under the shelf." She said there was a couple there, so she pulled them all out and put I think there was 3, that's it, there was 3, so we had one, and she put the other 2 on the shelf. So I thought Josh will be happy, because he likes his peanut butter on toast or peanut butter on crackers or whatever. But yeah, but that's the only things really that we're short of. Toilet rolls and kitchen rolls, they've got absolute heaps in there now. No hand wash. You can't get any hand wash still. Oh, tell a lie, there was Bayless one in there, but I think that was like something like £5 for this little tiny bottle. Sorry, I'm not paying that. We've made our own hand wash, so that'll do. Well, I say we, Jessie made it. She researched it, we had all the ingredients, and off she went and made it. So we've got our own for now. So that was about, I think that was all. Yeah, everything else seems to be back in stock pretty good. Even the meat and everything, there's plenty of it on the shelves. And the thing is, I don't know if it's in other countries, but if a store is over a certain size in this country, they have to close on Easter Sunday. So that means Aldi's and Tesco's, are two supermarkets that are here, have to close. So of course people are panic buying because the shop is closed for a whole, wait for it, a whole day. A whole day it's shut, and you know, we've got to panic buy again. So it's like, really? If I haven't got it, well, I just do without. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's done. I said the only thing we might have to get in the week, if I can't get flour, is we might have to buy some bread in the week. And milk, I think that's about it. Or and fresh fruit, because sometimes Girl Scouts, I don't know if anybody else finds their kids go through phases with fruit. Certain fruits they'll eat, and they'll have a phase that's all they want. Well, at the moment, it's Golden Delicious apples. And I've never known Millie eat apples before, but I said to her the other day, just try one. Just take the skin off, because she doesn't like the skin. Take the skin off and try one. That was it. She was hooked. Sorry, I'm just swig of me coffee. So I've been buying Golden Delicious because she said, please make sure we've got Golden Delicious in. So that's what I've been doing. I'd like to encourage them. Grant is into blueberries, so I've been buying the can you believe it, the wonky ones, or the ones, you know, they've got little and big size, are 99p, and for ones that are all the same size, £2. £1 different just to have them. I don't care what size they are. Do you know what I mean? They taste all the same. I'm paying 99p. And you don't get an awful lot for 99p, but at least it's £1 cheaper. So I got some of them. Did we get any of them? Grapes I didn't get this time because, again, they go through stages of grapes. Sometimes they'll eat the palate, punnet there and then, and other times most of it goes to waste, and it's just the bloody hamster that eats it. So yeah, but plenty of fruit and veg. I must remember to get the pork out the freezer, because my dad very kindly the other week before we went on lockdown gave me a joint of pork. So I said to Grant, we'll use that tomorrow. There's not point keeping it all in the freezer, because I've got like frozen chicken breasts and stuff like that, so I can make a stew or, you know, something like that, or cut it up and put it in a curry or whatever. So I've got plenty. No, enough for a good week's food, apart from maybe fresh. Yeah, so that was my joy this morning. Supermarket shopping and coming back and putting it away. Millie was very good though, she did help me. Then the dog was there saying, have you got me my chicken? Have you got me my chicken? Because we still give her a little bit of cooked chicken with her food. So the digestion still isn't. I did try her on a little bit of bacon the other day. Just no fat or anything. And she threw it straight back up. So I said, nope, that's it. None for you. We'll stick to what we're doing. And that seems to be keeping everything just, you know, even peeled, as they said. So she was happy when I gave her hers when she came in. So I said, you can have this. So I gave her a little tiny bit to say well done, because we were getting stuff at the car, and bless her, she didn't run out on the road. She just sat on the doorstep and waited. Mind you, if a person had walked by, I can't guarantee she would have stayed there. She'd probably shot out and over there, because she thinks everybody that walks past the house, unless it's one of the certain type of person, that she wants to go out and be friends. She is getting better at not going now. well, she goes to go and you say, nope, stay. And she is learning now that she's got to stay. But if it's somebody she's familiar with, you've got no hope. She's bloody gone. And especially if it's next door neighbours, who she absolutely loves. Yeah, you've got no hope of holding her back. She's gone, boy. Yeah, but I did give her a little bit of chicken because she was so good. Bless her little heart. Oh, my legs are aching today as well, so when you might hear some moans and groans, but I do apologise. It's when I have to just move my legs slightly. And I got to admit this. Oh, I didn't tell you about this painting, did I? I'm really sorry for you that haven't been before. This is a Diamond Art Club one. It was very, very kindly gifted by Becky from Becky's Madness. Becky's Madness for Crafting. She very kindly gifted me this, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's called Madam Chic, and it's of a lady. You can see the rim of the hat there. Well, you can see the picture there. Absolutely beautiful. It's a square. It has got ABs. You can see them. I don't know if they're shiny enough there, but they're here. These little bits here on the rows are all ABs. And this is my first time of ever having ABs. So I'm in love. I'm absolutely in love with it. And as you know, the canvas is sparkly and it's gorgeous. Yes, I know people have said, oh, it's got gapping on it. Do you know what? Yes, it has. So bloody what? I worked 2 rounds that had popping drills, and I will take gapping of any state over popping. Because when you put it up on a wall and you look at the distance that you're supposed to look, because you're not supposed to have your face up against it, and also if I turn that off, you can't really see them. It's only because I've got the light pad on full blast that you can see them. Is that on full blast? So yeah, I will take this over anything. And my placing, I've been practicing with the multi-placer, and I find it a little bit easier with the black, but I think my positioning isn't quite right when I do it with the, I'm not so careful with that as I am when I'm doing, I know you should be, but it's me, I can't help it. Oh, we've got a few ABs there, so you'll be able to see them. Going in, they're lovely. Can you see them? Look at the sparkle. Yeah, but it is an absolutely gorgeous canvas, 32 by 37, so it's a really nice size. And you can tell how good it is because I've been working on it, you know, a lot more than I usually do on my diamond painters, because very often I only diamond paint on a Sunday in my live and a little bit before on Jen's. And maybe once in the week, so I'd only have got, not even probably the whole strip wouldn't be done in a week, but this will be my coming up to 2 weeks properly of doing it, and I've only got the top little bit to do, so I'm very chuffed with myself. And I won't be giving a review on it because it was a gift, so, but I will tell you now, I would do it time and time again, so, because I'm loving it. Love the colours, love the piece itself, the picture, and I love the squares on them, so I love the shine. But it is each to everyone's own, so I'm not saying yes you should or no you shouldn't. I'm just saying what I like, and I like these. So I'm a happy bunny when I'm doing this. When I'm not doing this, I haven't done any colouring this week, believe it or not. None at all. I did think about doing some last night, and then I didn't feel 100%, so Millie said don't, because she said when you get fretty when you're colouring, she said you'll end up ripping it up. Oh, I missed the ones there, never mind. So she said, so don't do it, Mum. So I didn't. So I haven't done any colouring at all this week. So I do need to do some, because I do like colouring. But I have been on my cross stitching and this. I think it's the 2 things that I have had a bit of time to do. And I don't know if you watched my floss tube, But me and Millie decided to dye some Ada, because I wanted like a cloud, sort of marbly, cloudy looking, bluish, whitish. I know, I'm not very, very precise, Millie. And Millie said, "You're not, Mum, do you really know what you want?" I said, "Yes, I do, but I don't know how to explain it." So she said, "Well, why don't we try a bit of tie-dye?" And I've got some, she had some teal hair dye that she tried last year, and it was a disaster because her hair's so dark it just didn't take. So I thought, well, worth a try. So oh, I don't know if you heard that crack then, that was my neck. And so we filmed it, and oh, it was great fun. Great fun. I'm definitely going to do some more dyeing, because it was so much fun doing it. And then when we saw the results, we were like, wow, that's really nice. And then I was iffing and ahhing whether to use it for the balloons or not, so I put it out there for people to let me know, and they all said, "Yep, use it." So I did, because the edges are slightly fray, started to fray from me doing the tie-dyeing and everything. I'd asked, and somebody said you had to do this whip stitch. I thought, what the bloody hell's a whip stitch? But to me it looks the same as a blanket stitch. I don't know if it is. So I sort of did this type of stitch, and I got a photo, I think, up on Instagram of me doing it. I mean, it'll work, it will still stop it fraying, but I don't know if it was the right stitch or not, because when I was watching them, to me that's what it looked like. And of course I can't use a long piece of floss, because I did it with floss, because I didn't know what you're supposed to do it with. So I tried it with two pieces of the floss, and that didn't seem thick enough, so I did it with 3 pieces, and that seemed thick enough. So I went round the rest, but I'd only go about that far, and I'd have to stop and get another piece and start it again. Graham said, "Oh, is it getting on your nerves?" And I said, "No, not really," because I sat outside in a camping chair in the shade. I said I was quite happy, but it did take me a long time to do it all the way round. And for a first attempt, did the job, but you'd get no awards for it. Yeah, you definitely would not get an award for it. It's a bit chippy shoppy all over the place, very uneven, very untidy. Yeah. Yeah, so, but I did it, and I am going to use it for the balloons. So I've been working on my fox yesterday, but I might actually start on balloons today. I don't know. I don't want to start it if I'm a bit, well, I'm not stressy at the moment. I can't say I'm stressy. I'm a bit tearful at the moment, I think is the right word. I'm not, you know, when you could just cry for no reason, wouldn't take anything to set you off. I feel a little bit like that, and I know why. Is because I can't get to see my mum and dad to give them a hug. I mean, I know I saw him last week up the garden to do with this paperwork, but when you can see them and you can't go near them, and my mum, sometimes she understands, but when she's having a dementia moment, she doesn't understand, and then she'll say things, "Oh, you don't love me anymore, that's why you don't want to hug me." Do you know what I mean? It breaks my heart, like, because I don't want her ever to think that. So I am feeling a little bit sort of down in the dumps, a little bit, just a teeny weeny bit. And I was watching Rachel's yesterday, and she's going to take some time off, which I'm glad. She needs to look after herself. But if you suffer from any form of depression or anxiety, things like this, it's hard to control them. It really is. I'm trying to keep myself busy, but my problem is I don't sleep, which doesn't help. You know, and if I do fall asleep, you can guarantee one of the kids will wake me up, or an animal will wake me up, or I'll be snoring will wake me up. Do you know what I mean? So I'm lucky if I get an hour, a full hour, all night. I might get 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and I might get 1 hour and then 10 minutes there, 20 minutes here. Very broken up. But I have to say though, one night I did have 5 hours solid, and oh my god, did I feel so much better for that. I felt like I'd slept for a week. But then of course I felt better, so I felt good. So you start doing stuff, don't you? So I was pulling things apart and Grant was going mad, and I said, I've got to do it while I feel like it. Might not feel like it tomorrow. So I think everybody I know is having sort outs with the cupboards and whatever. I said we want to do our garden, desperately want to do our garden. But because Grant works with wood and there's a lot of chip-ins, all our trugs are full of chip-ins, wood chip-ins. But we've got nowhere to take them because the recycling centres are all closed. So we're piling up this wood chip-ins because he's working from home, which wouldn't normally be a problem because we'd just take it over to the recycling centre and that would be the end of that. But no, so we can't do any pulling up weeds and stuff like that because my compost bin, that's full from what we already done. So that's chock-a-block. And our garden isn't very big, so it's full of trugs now with chip-ins and stuff. So we can't do a lot more. But we have been sorting the girls' clothes out and stuff and what they don't like and putting it separate. So anything that I think could go to a charity shop I've bagged up in charity bags, and the others I've put in a bag, and that can go out for rags because they do rags to riches for charities and things, so they can go out for that. But then it's finding it, so that's all gone in the bottom of my earring cupboard, so that's chock-a-block full with stuff. So I tell you what, when this is all over, I'm going to hit the charity shops. You want to hit the charity shop, folks. As soon as this is over, give it a couple of days and get your butts down the charity shops or thrift shops, whatever you want to call it, or if you see a garage sale, because everybody will be dumping everything that they've sorted out because they'll be thinking, right, let's get rid of it. Give it to the thrift shops, charity shops. So you might find yourself some bargains. So everything you've sorted out, you can fill up now with the room you've made with all your bargains. Yeah, so the kids have, even Jessie was bored, so bored yesterday, bless her. She, yeah, it was yesterday. Millie had started to tidy up their bedroom properly and sort through stuff that they want or don't want. But you know, like under their units or under their beds and stuff like that, they sort of skip round, but they decided to do all that yesterday. So that's got a big sort out, and it does look nice, so much better for it. How long it'll stay like that is another matter, but I've got the Hoover up there and hoovered and polished, and because they're at the age now, I want to encourage them to do their own now. I said, you're too old now. Like Millie's 15, Jessie's 12. They should be up there doing cleaning. Well, not, I still go up there, but they should be starting to maintain their own room at that age. I mean, I was. So I said, if they want to live in a pigsty, then they live in a pigsty. And since I refuse to get plates and cups and things out from there, they miraculously now start bringing them down because, yeah, they weren't very nice, got very nice. So yeah, so the rules is now you take one plate up, you bring one plate back down. And I have realised that that does work. We don't have mouldy things in the room then, because I said if you don't do that, then I will ban it completely. Because Jessie spends most of her time in her room. Millie's up there doing homework and artwork nearly all the time up there. So if I didn't let them have snacks and things up there, they would do without. They wouldn't have anything. They'd do that with their main meals as well. They're buggers, they are, once they get into stuff. But if they can take it up there, they've got like a dresser that acts like a table. Sorry if I'm blocking the view then, just holding that bit up so I can do them ones up there. Yeah, so that's what Jessie did yesterday. I'll just put the Hoover around downstairs. So everything's tidy and the windows are open in the front room to let the breeze through. because it is about 20 something degrees today. It's very warm. It's like a really warm summer's day. And the wind's died down. Yesterday it's still a little bit of wind, but yesterday it was quite windy as well. So that kept the temperature down a bit. We're still going on our walks up the school field. Joshua's still taking the dog. He had a few days where he didn't. But what day was it we went? Was it about 3 nights ago? We went in. I can't remember. Yeah, it must be 3 nights ago. We took her up the field, and she's got this like big tennis ball that she likes. It's about that size. It's her favourite. And we took her up there. We decided we'd play piggy in the middle, with her being the piggy in the middle. And then the girls decided to play football with her. Oh my God, she loved it. Oh, she was running here, running there, running back here. But oh my God, was she knackered. She was absolutely knackered. When it was time to go, I said, come on, she's getting breathless now. We need to go take her out and get her a drink. So she started to walk, and then she just lay down. I ain't moving for no one. You could see it in her eyes. I am totally knackered. So Jess said, do you want me to pick you up? And the little Ed went to the side, and a little, So Jessie said, come on. And so Jessie carried her all the way home, lazy bloody bugger. So then Josh, must have been an hour later, said, are you coming for a walk? Coming for a walk with Josh? So yeah, Tail's going. And I said, she might not go far, Josh. I said, she is knackered. She didn't even go to the end of the street. He said, got to the end of the street. She looked, there's a bit of a hill down up towards the field. He said she took one look at that and must have thought, no bloody way am I going. And he said she just lay there. And she would not budge, he said, for love or money. She weren't going. So I said, shall we go home? He said Daddy got up, turned round and headed for home, happy as Larry. So he said, but I want to go for a walk. I said, you either got to go on your own. I said, wait another hour. I said, she might, or an hour and a half. I said, she might want to go again. So he waited about an hour and a half. I think it was about 9:30. And then he said, do you want to come? Yeah. She wants to go. Tail's going, Bum's going. And he said they did get to walk probably about a mile or so. He said, and then I could see she was tired. He said, so we come home. And she slept. Well, this is how tired she was. She couldn't even get up the stairs. So she was that tired. She got on the floor in the front room. And she stayed there. And Grant said 6 o'clock he was making a cup of tea, and he said, I looked at her basket, a big basket which she doesn't go in, a big puffy thing. It's really soft but comfortable. He said she was in there, feet up in the air. He said, flat out. So he said she must have been really knackered, because she always comes and sleeps in between our 2 pillows. She always comes up there, sleeps there for about half an hour, and then goes down to the bottom of the bed. I don't know why, but that's usually her ritual. And that's the first time she's not done it, because she was just too knackered. She physically couldn't get up the stairs. So we took her out Thursday night on her own. Josh didn't. Did he take her out? No, he didn't Thursday, but he wanted to take her out yesterday. So, oh, hang on, sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah, Josh wanted to take her out last night. So we go for a walk. We have tea, wash up, wipe up, tidy up, and then we go, me and the girls and Grant go for a walk. So of course we weren't going to take her, but her little face, and I brought a little green ball. So I said, right, it's early-ish, so we'll take her, but we won't run and play football like we normally do with her. We'll just play a bit of piggy in the middle, and that's it. So we did that. I didn't think we'd run her that ragged, but you could see she looked at Jessie, went on the floor as we were going, flaked out, looked at her. So that was it. The girls carried her. I said, you're causing a rod for your own back. I said, because she will think now that she doesn't have to walk home anymore. So Josh took her out about 2.5 hours later, and he did give her on a walk then. He took her on a fairly long walk. So she was tired, but not as knackered as she was that one night. I'd never seen. She did make it up to bed last night. But that's the first time, poor little thing. And Gran says, well, I suppose her little legs walk 3 times as far as ours. You can see her looking now. Usually when you say walk, come on, walk, and she's there. Now she's just sort of like, do I want to go or don't I want to go? Are my legs going to let me? Are they going to tire me? She's so funny. But yeah. So we're trying to do that every day, just to get out at least once. Jessie was getting a little couple of days. She goes, oh, no, I don't want to. And I said, nope, you're coming. You've got to get out and have a little walk every day. I said, you can't be shut in all the time. I said, it's just not right. So, well, she did say last night, she said, thanks for making me go. She said, because I do enjoy it once I come out, start walking with you all. Then having a little play on the field with the dog, like. So that's our exercise every day. So say they run ragged with the dog and I just stand there and kick it if it comes near me. Because I can't run. I did try the other day and fell arse over tip, but hey ho. That's the fun of it. I did laugh. I didn't hurt myself. I think I got a bit carried away. The top half of my body wanted to go quicker than the bottom half would go. And yes, I am absolutely loving my Harbour Freight that Dee got me. If you've got, find anybody in America that can get you these, girls from Britain, get them, because they are fantastic. As I say, as soon as Millie saw that I had that one, she nicked the other one. And she said the same. She said, I like baggies, Mum, but she said, wow. She said, this is so much easier for kitting up and everything. Apart from, you know, she had to cut them. She had to make them on hers because she didn't have a sticker to stick the bits on the front. So I don't think she had an itinerary. Did she have an itinerary? On the big one that she was doing, because she transferred, and I don't know if she's got one on the little one, because she's nicked the other Diamond Art Club one that Becky sent me, because Becky very kindly sent me 2, but Millie's now working on the second one. She's doing it at night when her feet are really hurting and she can't sleep because they're really painful. She comes down here and she diamond paints, so she's been doing the last couple of nights. I think it's from all the walking and running around she's doing that they're so painful for her. But she still wants to do it. So she said she just sits in here for an hour or so while her meds kick in. And she says, and I just diamond paint. And she said, I'm enjoying it so much. So thank you, Becky. We love ya. So what else has been happening? I did write a few little things down in case I forgot, but I think I've mentioned everything. Oh, did I tell you about that? No, did I tell you about going up to my dad's with the paperwork? I can't remember if I did or didn't. Oh, no, I don't think I did. I had to take these papers up to be signed, which had to be for payment for the carers. He pays so much and then the council had to pay the other part. But because this company that deals with it all, which is supposed to save Dad getting upset or worried about it, or all the paperwork side of it, they would handle it. But because of lockdown, they can't come and blah, blah, blah. So they sent him the forms. Well, they want him to do it by email and all this crap. Well, he can't do it. So they sent him a load of forms to fill in. And of course, he didn't understand what he had to do. And they had to be in. He's just had to pay the whole first instalment himself, which they did have enough money to cover it. But I said, you can't keep doing that. So I needed to get it in because the next bill was due Monday. I think the next one's due. So I said to Josh, will you drive me up there? Because my legs are hurting too much to drive. He said, yeah, I'll drive you up, Mum. Thank God he came. Because Dad had tipped the rotavator on top of himself. He'd fallen out on the box thing that he was doing, because he's got a couple of very slightly raised boxes. They aren't very raised very much, but he was rotavating it, and he must have hit the back of the panel in. Well, it fell arse over tip, hit the pot, big pot that's behind it, on his back, back of his ribs, and then the whole rotavator fell on top of him and bruised the front of his ribs. So when we got there, he was sat on the wall, and both me and Josh, because we said we'll meet you in the garden, then we don't have to come near you, so we're abiding by all the rules, the 2 metre blah blah rules, and I can tell you what I need, and you can show, or I can take pictures of it or whatever, and I can fill it all in. So I'll tell you where you've got to sign it, blah blah blah. We can just throw it across the garden bit and get it done. So we walked up to him, and oh my god, he looked grey. And we said, "You all right?" You went, "No." Josh said, "What the hell's happened?" And of course he said, we went, "Oh my bloody god." So I checked him over. I couldn't feel anything broken, but I said, "Really, you need to be checked out." And he said, "What's the point?" He said, "You got a ring. You can't go to anywhere now. You're not allowed to go to the hospitals or accident and emergency or MIU, minor injuries unit, which is our hospital. You've got to ring them," and because he lives like quite a way out. So he said, "I'm not going to do that. I'm fine." And I said, "Well, you're going to be bruised. This is it hurting." So I got him to take a deep breath in, so he could do that. He said, "It does hurt." I said, "Well, the bruising's going to come out. It's really going to hurt." I said, "I've had cracked ribs," and I said they are painful, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if you cracked a couple. So I got Josh to go into the house, go and get some painkillers, bring them out, got him to take them. Mum was sat in a chair, so Josh said, "I'll put all the stuff." "Oh, I'll do that later." Josh said, "No, you bloody won't, Grampy. It's bloody heavy, man." So Josh put all the gardening stuff that he had out and the rotavators and made sure everything was tidy and put away in the garden for him. I thought, oh my god. So I said to him, "Make sure you keep your mobile phone on you. Don't let your mobile phone in the house." Because I said, "What would you have done?" I said, "We might not have been coming up." I said, "You could have been stuck there with a bloody rotavator on you for God knows how long, because Mother might not have fallen asleep or something." "Oh, I know. So I've banned him now from using it. I said, "If you need it done," I said, "if Jeff up the road has told you he'd do it." I said, "Grant has said that he'll come up and do it, but he won't ask Grant because he knows Grant's had a heart attack and the 2 strokes." I said, "Push comes to shove," I said, "Joshua will come up and do it." "Oh, I've done it all now." I said, "I can bloody see that. I mean, you're 82, man, you know. You need to calm down a bit." Yeah, so that's been on my mind all week. And of course, I phoned him the following day, couldn't get an answer. Phoned his mobile, couldn't get an answer. Phoned the house, couldn't get an answer. And I must have phoned it, and I had one of the agency phoned me, and I needed some more information. So I needed to speak to him. Over 50 times I phoned him, and he still wasn't answering. So I left a shitty message on his answering machine. "Answer your bloody phone. What's the point you having a mobile if you don't bloody use it?" So I did get eventually around about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, got through to him. He said, "Oh, it's only up the garden with your mum. You told me to relax." I said, "Yes, and take your mobile so I can check up that you're okay." "Oh, I forgot." Dull bugger. And then he phoned me the next day, and he said, "Oh, there was an irate woman on the phone." He said, shouting at me down the phone. He said, "Yeah." I said, "I was bloody irate." So I phoned him yesterday, and he did have his mobile on him up the garden. He said, "I brought it up, yeah." I said, "Good boy. You earn brownie points." I said, "Make sure you keep doing that." But he said his ribs are better. He said they're really sore, really, really sore, but he said not as painful as they were the first day. And I said, "Well, you know, first day, 24 hours, 48 hours, all the bruising's coming out." I said, "So, you know, you're going to expect some pain." But yeah, he is a worry. It is a worry with them up there, because they're like 10 miles away as well. You know, so even if they phone me, it's going to take me 20 minutes at least to get up there. You know. They have got a couple of good neighbours that he could shout on if he needed to. Thank God. So it does give me a bit of peace of mind. But he's old-fashioned, so he doesn't ask for help. And I said to him, you've got to learn that you need to ask people for help. I said, they're not going to know when you need it. That's why you've got to ask. Oh, I know. But they've got a beautiful garden. They have got a beautiful, they've done wonders to it. It's very peaceful and water trickling. They've got a couple of water fountains around the place, and it's very peaceful and grand. Built in, is it gazebo? No, gazebo. You know, like the wooden structures that go over the top of you, and then you have plants going over the top of it. I don't know what it's called. But we've done it so you can fix a cloth to it as well, so you can have it completely covered if you want to. So they sit up there, so they're happy as Larry. That's that. What next is next? Carla. Jessie's still making her biscuits, because what day was it? So yesterday, or the day, not yesterday, before. I'm not a biscuit lover, but I really crave something like that to have with a cup of coffee, which is very unlike me. But nobody wanted to make them yet then, but she did make some yesterday. And they didn't last long. Well, they didn't last till this morning. She made them yesterday afternoon. Millie's a bugger. Every time she went past the tray, I think she only made about 12. No, she made 12, 2, 4, 6. No, about 14. Every time Millie went past the tray, she's nabbed one. Bugger she is. I said to Jess, oh bloody hell. I said, well, it's a compliment. I said, it's telling you how good your cookies are. Chocolate chip cookies. I don't know what she's doing wrong, but they keep spreading out, and she doesn't want me to help her. And she said, oh, does it matter? I said, no. I said, they taste the same. You know, you see people's cookies and they rise up. Hers just spread out. But she says she's following the instructions, so I've been told to keep your nose out, so I do. I think the only, you know, if she wants to do them like that, that's fair enough. I just like the fact that they're cooking, they're having a go at stuff. Which I think is quite nice, because school doesn't prepare them for any of this sort of stuff, you know, everyday cooking and baking. No, apart from, I think the first thing they did was a fruit salad, just chopping up fruit and putting it in the bowl. I think that's pretty straightforward. I pretty think anybody could sort of chop fruit up and put it in a bowl. Even a toddler, if you give them one of the safety nights, they'll probably have a good go at chopping fruit up and putting it in a bowl. You know, get them, show them how to make cottage pie and lasagnas and stuff like that. Make bread, and they are getting a bit better now. I think that probably comes more if they take cookery, maybe. And of course, teachers aren't allowed to taste it, so they can't tell the kids where they've gone wrong. They just go on appearance. But I said it might look crap and taste lovely, and Joe Blogg's ears might look lovely and taste crap. So, but he'd get points because it looks good. I lose my ragadoo. I said that ain't fair. I said you can't. Well, that looks nice, yeah, but it might taste crap. I said, and theirs could be really nice tasting, but it doesn't look nice. So I said no. So they don't mark them now like that. Well, on Jessie they don't. Or Millie, when Millie had it. Because I'd be in there saying, why have you only given this mark? I said it tasted absolutely sublime. And I've got to admit, it always tastes nice, whatever they've made. You know. Just doesn't look sometimes as what it's supposed to. But that happens to us, doesn't it? You bake something and sometimes it doesn't quite turn out exactly how it was supposed to. Even when you think you followed a recipe, it still doesn't turn out that good, to be fair like. So I'm making homemade quiche tonight. And I'd love to say that I'm making the pastry, but guess what? I'm not. I can't make my pastry, always tastes like rubber when I try and make my homemade pastry. My mum says it's because my hands are so warm. She says my hands are too warm to do pastry. She said you need good cold hands. And when my hands are cold, I'm not making it, so yeah. I've got bought short crust pastry. I've got fresh eggs from the farm. So I've got some gammon that we had last night and Millie didn't particularly like it because it was too big and chunky. So I'm going to cut that up fine. Put that in there with some cheese as well, and maybe cut up a bit of onion, because they'll eat the onion if it's chopped up fine. I mean, Jessie will have it anyway, but Millie and Josh, if it's chopped up fine in a quiche, they'll eat it. So I might put some onion up. Oh, I should have got some mushrooms. That would have been nice, isn't it? Chopped up mushrooms. Oh, I can't go out because you can't call mushrooms essential now, just going out for them, so they'll just have to make do with what I put in it. So we're going to have that. I can't decide whether to have just normal boiled new potatoes or boil the new potatoes and then roast them, and then salad. And I forgot coleslaw, but I have got white cabbage in, so I might make my own coleslaw. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Homemade coleslaw. I haven't done that in, oh god, I can't remember the last time I made a homemade coleslaw. So that's what I'll do, make homemade coleslaw to go with it. And I've got some corn on the cob as well, so it'd be enough. Be a nice healthy meal anyway, because it's so warm. I don't think they really want anything that's hot. Glass. I don't know what. I don't know. That's what I'm doing. They can like it or lump it. But that is what is on the menu for tea tonight. Yeah, so what's my plans for the week? Now this interesting lockdown. Oh, don't you dare turn off, because it warm my computer. Why does it do this? Do you see that? I hate my computer sometimes. It seems to know when I'm filming. If I'm filming, it'll do that. I could leave it on for hours and not touch it or bother with it. Never switches off. Because I'm just want it for the light, because this is the pad's connected to the computer, it'll switch off, just as it's pissed me off. I'm sure it does. It knows. It does. It knows. Only joking. Yeah, if there's plans for the week, that's what I was saying. Won't it be rudely interrupted by the computer? I'm definitely going to do some more cross stitching, and if it stays warm I'm going to do it outside in the shade though, because I don't do, anytime I sit out in the sun as if I'm near a swimming pool, and I'm afraid the washing up bowl will not do for that. So I might get started on the balloon one, or I might just carry on the fox one, because I'm nearly finished one whole sheet of the fox. So, and I've finished one of his ears, so I'm on to the second ear now, so I might carry on with that because I was enjoying doing that yesterday. So I might finish that. I want to do some colouring because I haven't done that for over a week, and I do find that relaxing. That's a dog barking, somebody's walked past. Tomorrow I'll be on my live, so I will be doing some more of this, and I might do some more of this tonight as well. So I like to sit and do something and watch some YouTube videos as well. So I usually diamond paint. And then, oi, it's alright. And do that. So hopefully we'll have a floss tube up with progress. I want to try and do a colour with me this week, because I didn't do one. I mean next week, because I didn't do one this week. And see what else. I don't know. So I've probably bored you to tears already. And it is 1:20, and I think my gang are probably hungry. So I've got sausages from the butchers, thin long sausages from the butchers. I haven't got homemade rolls today. I've had to buy rolls today because I haven't got the flour to make homemade rolls, hot dog rolls. So they're going to have normal hot dog rolls. And I'll do some onions. Yeah, fry some onions up. Fresh butcher sausages, nice rolls, whatever sauces they want. And I might, if they want anything out of the fridge, they can help themselves. Oh, I forgot to say I have got my candle burning for everybody as well, to wish everybody safety and love and whatever they need. So I'm going to leave that for now because my stomach is rumbling. I will say thank you ever so much for stopping by and listening to what's been happening in the Withington household this week. It's much appreciated. Please take care, look after yourselves. If you've not subbed and you'd like to, great. Don't worry if you don't want to, that's fine too. Notification buttons there if you would like to know when I go live or when I put up a video. Comments down below. I always read and I always answer. I like to do that. That's something I like to do. Gives me a great lot of pleasure reading comments. And if you want to contact me, my details and everything are down below. So take care, look after yourselves. Please, please stay safe. Love you all. Bye.